Hey, we're live again. How's everybody doing?
Hungry.
As you can hear the loud munching in the background.
Oh no,
So...
I'm a quiet muncher.
Oh, gotcha. You're not like some people I know.
You want loud munching? I'll do this.
We're like some people where they just inhale and their food.
We had a roommate who did that. Inhale their fries. Like that's a large fry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but anyway, so my name is Big Iron. I'm the atomic reptilian Clint Eastwood of the group. We have with us today, unfortunately, no Harlequin because he was not feeling well today, but that is okay. We might have some other guests coming on later on. But for today we have Winterheart, aka probably the biggest Rammstein fan on the planet.
I too would like to go see their concert. They're fucking insane.
I too as well.
Yeah, I would love that. Und yeah.
Oh yeah. And then we have ShebaKaboom, resident Fallout fanatic, and then his wife, Ex-Boomy.
Ex-Kaboomy.
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 The makeup wizard and cosplay fanatic.
Yes.
There you go. See, and RuPaul fanatic as well. So anyway,
I like RuPaul.
I mean,
there you go.
All right. So today we have a very sort of important topic. The topic is backstories. Now, I wasn't here for the last one. I unfortunately had some personal things going on. I could not make it to that podcast. It was a mixture of work and a bunch of other stuff. And we skipped last week because there was some stuff going on that we couldn't do that show. But it was okay. So we're back to schedule.
Last week was scheduling conflict.
Yeah, scheduling conflicts, a bunch of other stuff. That's okay. So I wasn't there, and I did watch that podcast, so I know what happened and such, so we're caught up with that. But today, our big topic is backstories, and how do you create them? Now, we've all created a backstory in our time. I definitely know, Sheba, you've done it. Winter, definitely you, and Kaboomy. I know you've had it. So, yeah, Kaboomy. The Booms. That's what you're going to be called from now on. The Boom. Mrs. and Mr. Booms.
I love it.
Should call you that from now on. But yeah, we've all created backstories for.
Right. That was loud.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys picked that up or not.
Oh, we picked it up.
Oh, you did?
That was the car side.
Yeah. It's okay. You can say small dick. Anyway.
Oh, I wasn't
sure. This is for mature. This is for mature audiences. We can say stuff. Just nothing
allowed.
nothing racist, sexist, or weird.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, so that gets us fucking banned.
Yeah, the shit that'll get us banned.
Well,
pretty
that
much.
should get you banned if you're saying things like that.
Well,
anyway, continuing on.
Anyway, so
backstory.
Is it off topic?
I like that podcast. It's a good one.
Yeah, so do I.
But no. So backstories. Backstories are important for any character. Now, just for those who are watching and for those who are going to be watching in the future, backstories are not 100% needed for every game. Okay, let's get that clear right now. If you're just playing, like a one shot.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Did we lose him? No.
You upset the puppy.
Gotcha. Oh. Zach.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure he'll be back. Yeah, he has internet issues.
Internet.
Okay, I'm back.
Internet.
Hello.
Okay, sorry. What part did I get to?
We heard backstory.
Backstory and not 100% needed.
Okay, so it's not 100% needed for any game. You can go into any role-playing game and have no backstory, ready to go.
You can wing it.
You can wing it. But if you want to do a backstory, or you've decided to create one as you're going through the campaign, like many people do, I know personally people do. Ad monitor Eric, he does that.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear me okay?
Oh yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
my
you know,
internet's
you know.
been total crap. It's just I have no way to fix it. I think it's the laptop, honestly. I might have to change it up. Anyway,
Know how to fix it. Said it.
yeah, I know. Destroy it.
You found the problem.
Take the hammer and destroy it.
So should we go around and talk about backstories?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'll who wants to go first? Like, I don't really care, honestly.
People be okay if I go first real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go for
Okay.
it.
So, I'll talk about winging it because I've done that quite often because I need to know the feel of the story and like kind of like understand the, I guess, what we're doing. And then because like Zach, like, oh, are we going by Nick or the
Big
Yeah,
Iron.
it's
so
okay.
Big Iron.
I've done it.
So with Big Iron, oh shit, I lost my concentration. Like Big Iron says, you don't always have to have like a backstory right away, or it's not always needed when you're doing just like a short campaign, one shot, or even if it's just like the short ones, eventually your backstory will come to you as you go along with the story. And it's fitting the theme of story. So just don't think about it. Like if you're having a hard time thinking about it, just play along and see where it goes.
Pretty
That way.
much.
Yeah. But I'll just do a real quick of the backstory for Mr. Kaboom's coming up D&D session with the superheroes. I've always loved superheroes. I always wanted to be like on one of the sides, yeah, like the evil and the good. And then since he was A-okay to be like, I guess like neutral, I was like, oh yeah, and like I know what kind of backstory that I want for my character. And it's when you have that passion of knowing what kind of story ahead of time, and then you can actually think it out, plan it out, and then like getting yourself like hyped up, like it'll all come together eventually.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's pretty much how that what she said, pretty much. I mean, yes. Who would like to go next then? Winter, would you like to go next, or Sheba?
Let's go Winter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're just in general talking about backstories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like how you come up with them, or ways to do it easily, that you can do in a very easy way. So if you're newer, you don't have to worry about it as much.
Well, that throws my idea out the window.
Oh, oh no.
Okay, so because I really love the backstory element of D&D, I like seeing people come up with their stories and the development, and then how they can change them over the course of the campaign. Um, I usually try to keep my backstories like a page so that it's not too much for the DM to deal with or juggle. However, if given the option, I would go into much more detail because I love writing. I tend to apply writing techniques that I've learned from like classes or information online or just anything, and put them into when I'm writing a backstory. Like I'll even go and search like questions, trivial questions, deeper questions, like stuff like where did they grow up, what are their pet peeves, what's their relationship with family, like I mentioned last time, like how would they react if someone spilled coffee on them, and that kind of helps you get into a direction of like, do I want them to be an evil alignment because they're going to be a complete jerk and be angry and whatever, or are they going to be really good and like nice and it's not a big deal if they get coffee spilled on them and things like that.
Right.
So you're more into details.
Yeah, the details and depth, and if I don't use it, then I don't use it. I kind of just like I'll lay that all out as like a baseline to work with, and then I'll just kind of go as things happen.
Right.
So, tweak it later or whatever. It's not something that you have to like keep set in stone. Like if you say my character likes this thing, you can have it change halfway through the campaign.
Or what happens a lot is what happens during a game is something happens to your character and it changes your character. Like I remember, I'm sorry if I'm talking over you.
No, it's okay.
I remember, well, it's kind of part of this. I remember Winter when we played Werewolf the Apocalypse and your character lost an eye.
Oh yeah.
that kind of stuff, like.
Yeah, and I was totally cool with keeping that in because like it made sense for the character and it was cool like development, and then it could have affected like how she attacked and stuff because of depth perception
and how she views the world, no pun intended.
Yeah. Oh, I recently had my tiefling from my other game, who is a neutral alignment anyway, but like she's been going through a lot of crap in the dungeon, and she's the healer, so like she's had to see her party die, kind of die, go unconscious, and herself fall unconscious and all this stuff, and so now she's very hardened, and she's more like, forget it, we're just gonna wipe out every bad guy on this floor instead of leaving him alive. And,
kill them all, let God sort them out.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool to have characters be able to like evolve through the campaign.
And then Dathan had something real quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I was having a joke about like her about her wolf's on one eye. I was gonna make like a Avengers reference, like how does he see the monitors? Turns his head. That's something.
Yeah. I think we actually did make that joke a couple times.
Yep.
But yeah, like that's also pretty much a good way to do backstories and such. Do you have any more on that, Winter, or?
No, I think we should get into it later after Dathan speaks. Then we can talk about alignments.
Yes,
those are fun.
Yes. I agree. So Sheba, it's your turn, buddy. Throw the bonk hammer to you.
Funny thing is, I just got the squeaky hammer. I'm about to put a sign on it. I'm trying to decide either put the band on it or hold on, Nacho. Either put the band hammer on it or put love, and then the other side hate.
Hates. I like that second one. That sounds funny.
Anyway, I think one of us said this before, but nothing is set in stone when it comes to character development, and character for games and stuff like that. No, we said that. We just
It's true though.
It's true though. Like nothing's set in stone. Your character evolves. Like you just suddenly like talk over having a I think I actually kind of want to have a story. that? What if this and all that? Like, it's your discretion how they want it. Don't want it. I've seen DMs who are kind of like, no, it doesn't fit my narrative or that. For me, I'm pretty flexible. If it sounds like good enough, like all right, I can vibe with it.
Right.
That's a good point to bring up backstories from a DM perspective.
Yeah, like I can actually be flexible about it. It's like just be like, all right, sometimes DMs have like set in stone like story structures. If you ruin it, get out of my face and kind of. Oh, it's just like I was kind of like that like when I first started out, but then I'm just kind of as I kind of like went on, I just kind of went like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just saying this as a storyline. Never had how it begins, it's how it ends. What you guys do is in the middle, but there are gonna be like set like food to plot, things on.
Mm-hmm.
For that, I'll go some players about I know this. What if this happens to your character and all that? Like you can talk to your players about that perspective. They don't like it. Don't have to go with it.
Definitely communication is a thing when it comes to this, because you want both your player and your DM to be happy and such. And I've often seen this is what I've seen with certain groups and such is that with certain backstories that go on and such. And this is a bad example. Unfortunately, I've seen this with certain DMs is that they'll take a backstory and they'll actually tweak it a little bit again behind the player's back, not letting them know what's going on. And that's not cool. So don't be that kind of DM. People, please don't.
Give them
That's
a heads up, please. Give people heads up. Say,
Seriously.
hey,
And
things are probably gonna happen here. Like that, like something.
or give them a reason why they needed to like get a little bit, because I can understand that if someone's backstory they made it too complex and they probably need to learn how to tone it down a little. I'm looking at Harley Quinn. No, I'm kidding.
Only a little. No, of course not.
But like,
I mean, we've all had that backstory. But
right, just like don't just make it like simple and basic, because that can be boring. But like, also try and be like, even and out. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah, you don't need like 20 pages of the entire character's
oh my
life.
god,
Oh my
god,
Necessarily.
we know someone who gave like an entire novel for his character.
I do, because I
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's okay if that's what they're into. It's just, as a player, go in knowing that not all of that stuff will be utilized necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
It's like we might have to skim a little bit. Like how much? Just throw the whole book like a lot.
Like a lot.
Like a lot. A ton. No, so I guess I'll go next. If
Well,
that's okay.
I'm not done yet.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Go on.
I was supposed to point out that like from what I make a character, it's like I also kind of wing. Sometimes tell like all right, have this set in mind for this character. Like what is he? How is he? I was like I do. Probably be on and all that. It's like do something and then actually like have the character like say something such. But yeah, it's like now it's your turn. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I waited patiently. I was nice about it. So pretty much what I want to say is this is for people who are newer to the game, or any game, honestly, any role-playing game. Can you guys hear me okay? Just making sure.
Yeah, you're still
Okay.
good.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. How dare you have
Oh, I guess I dropped.
How dare
No,
you? How dare you? Get on
I
my
know.
face.
Well, fuck you too. Anyway, so okay, so this is when you're starting out, and this is for people who have probably never done this kind of thing before. It's okay to make a basic backstory. Like, I'll give you an example. Say that you're playing Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. You saw the fighter class. Ooh, I want to play that. Okay, you can play that. Take that and then just go, okay, I'm a human as well. That's pretty bog standard for a lot of campaigns. And just go, well, I don't really have. Then you're like, okay, I made my character, but I haven't made a backstory. What do I do next? And the best way I can say is just be simple, but always be ready to change things up. So stuff like, I'll give you an example. Like, say I'm a human fighter. I was a peasant. Like, I was a peasant before I became a fighter. You know, I grew up on a farm, and I was. You're not muted, by the way. No, you're not. You're not muted. Oh, now you are. Okay. Nice. Technical difficulties, everyone.
Yeah.
It's okay though. So say say like you want to do a very basic backstory to start out, and that's fine. So say like I was a peasant, grew up on a farm. One day I didn't want to live on the farm anymore because it was boring. I wanted to go out and adventure, so I trained under like a fighter master, like an arms master, kind of like the blade, the sword instructor from Game of Thrones from season 1, that kind of person. Like I took lessons, or I went into the army, like the king's army, or I just became a mercenary, like that kind of thing. Make it very. You can start it out very basic, but then as you're picking your class and your race, this is for D&D, by the way. Am I still okay, Winter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. It's when you pick your, like, say like in like a class and species based game like Dungeons and Dragons, picking your class and picking your race helps form a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like another example is this is for World of Darkness. Like, this is another game, and this is especially Werewolf the Apocalypse. So you picked your Auspex, which is like your class, but now you got to pick your breed. Each breed has a different kind of flavor, and the one that I think for a lot of people is the most challenging is Mentis, which is you were born of 2 werewolf parents. That was TJ's character in that werewolf game, and there's a lot of social stigma when it comes to being a Mentis. So that forms your backstory already. Did you have a good childhood? Like, with that, like, did your parents actually want you? Did they abandon you? Did they try to kill you? Did you not even know your parents? Like,
Yeah.
was your tribe caring about you? Did they actually raise you, or did they,
Were you
make you the
abandoned?
whipping boy? Did they make you the whipping boy?
Oh,
Like, they, yeah. So it really, thankfully, a lot of things help when you're making a backstory for your character with the game, whatever game you're playing, because they'll give you options, and those options as you make your character will inform your backstory. Now, that's not 100%. You can be completely different. Like, you can be like a wizard, and you can just go, I just found a spell book one day, and I just copied what I read on there.
Yeah.
I cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cheated at
stole
wizard
it.
school. I'm a dropout from wizard school because I cheated or some shit like that. You know, you can do so many things that it's all about. It's all about how comfortable you are.
Like, there's no limit.
Yeah, there's no limit, but if you want to limit yourself, totally fine. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's how comfortable you are.
Yeah.
And there's some games where having a backstory is not necessary at all. These are usually games that are very much like stuff like one-shot games. Call of Cthulhu is infamous for this. You don't need a backstory, like a big backstory for your characters, because most likely they will die.
Yeah, I went into that one not putting too much in because I was like, I know she's gonna die.
Yeah. Did she?
No, actually, I was kind of bummed about that.
No, your friend did. She died horribly.
Yeah.
Oh, she got Alien 1. She got trapped in a fucking, what was it, like a shaft?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she got taken by a monster.
Yeah.
Harlequin, you know, he said he's not going to show up, but he shows up in the chat anyway. Says, I usually just create an outline of a few.
That's also a way to do it as well. And we obviously will take messages from the chat. Yeah, questions from the chat. Sheba will do that because unfortunately my internet is total ass garbage McDonald's.
Stop making
internet.
excuses. It's okay. We all understand. Stop.
Yeah.
No.
Stop
No,
it.
I will do what I
Stop
want.
it.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Fight you. What are you slapping over there? Do you have like pieces of meat?
Oh, sorry. I
Slapping my hand.
Sure you were. Anyway.
I didn't want to like scream and moan and do that kind of stuff.
Whoa.
Wow.
No, I'm just joking.
Did this turn into that kind of Twitch stream? Anyway. SMR. Anyway, so but no, like kind of backstories are kind of meant to fill out and flesh out your character. It's not mandatory, but it's and this is coming from a DM like me, it's appreciated most of the time.
Yeah, it gives the DM stuff to work with.
Unlike on the opposite end where you just get nothing and you have to guess.
That's when you make up your own stuff.
Eric.
Sometimes you have a player that won't. What's his backstory?
At all.
Backstory. Well, lives. And
He breathes.
He
breathes too. Funny how that works.
Or his favorite answer of all time, fuck around and find out.
Well,
Yeah.
He goes, wouldn't you like to know? I would like to know.
Yeah. I actually would really like to know. It's getting to the point where it's a little ridiculous. But
It's a
we love
surprise,
him.
even for the DM.
Like,
Surprise,
I'm gonna
bitch.
throw. Have to like character backstory. Backstory actually. Like Star Wars.
Tone.
Star Wars, for example.
Mhm.
Like we have a Star Wars game. We got a player. Jedi, by the way. And
Oh,
then she goes,
I think I know who you're
and then
talking
she
about.
goes,
We're
like-
not naming names, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
I was like, I'm a Jedi, but then she goes, actually, I'm also a princess too. That's not how is that possible?
Jedi princess?
It's like, don't do that. Like, kind of like, come on. Sense.
Just try and make it make sense. That way it still fits the theme of what you're doing.
Basically, we have the campaign set like 200 years. So she also has RTD. How she get? I don't know. Just has it.
Yeah, you can't just like
Yeah.
have it.
You can't just make shit up on like. Sorry, you can make shit up on the fly, but like say like, hey, I have this now and all that. Why? Because I can.
Yeah,
I have a definite reason to. Hey.
Or she could have just said, or it could have just been like, oh, I made it, or like, oh, I found
it.
I found it, I made it, and now it somewhat works, or something.
Or like say like, hey, I used Marvel for work, but like, Jedi took me in and all that.
Yeah,
That could have worked.
that could have worked. Yeah.
Oh, she was kind of made up the. Yes.
Conscientious of your group that you're in.
There we go.
Would probably be the best way.
Yes.
Of the theme and the group and the whole campaign. Yeah.
AKA read the room.
Then I guess.
Hear the room.
Read the virtual room.
Yes.
Yeah. Or mute it.
Just ignore it.
What?
Fuck them. Who cares?
Yeah.
No, but I will say this: with that particular game, it was pretty good. That player didn't last very long, so it wasn't too much of a
like a
damper.
loss.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't really a loss. So.
Oh. It's like, oh no, she can't make it. Oh.
And that's the thing.
Oh.
She was also not a good person, so it wasn't. We're not shitting on her because we didn't like her. It's more there was other stuff involved. Yeah, we don't want to get involved in that. Anyway, so I think another thing is I'm trying to think of what I was about to say. Oh, you know what? I guess since we're on backstories and such, how about favorite backstories you've ever done? I guess tooting our own horns, you know?
Okay, who wants to go first on that one?
Well, I was last, so I can go first.
Okay.
Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah. That sounds good.
I'll be fairly quick. Favorite backstory would probably be I really enjoyed, I still do, because we're currently playing this game. We're playing a Final Fantasy game. Can you guys hear me okay? Like,
yeah.
I didn't drop?
Oh, yeah.
No, you're good.
Okay, awesome. Just making sure.
You've been in my...
Oh my God.
In my head this whole time.
Bro, the accident wasn't your fault.
You have to breathe.
Let it go.
No, but let it go. Go to the great beyond. No. No, so I love this character. I love Kubaichi and his backstory. I put a lot of work into it. And his backstory is pretty much this. He came from a clan of monster hunters who was from I think they're called the Ruby Mountains, I'm pretty sure. This is set in our DM ad monitor, his Final Fantasy game, and his family was destroyed by his brother. It was the whole Itachi thing of brother goes mad, or supposedly for that show, but in this case, brother goes completely nuts, kills whole family. I'm the only survivor, and I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to avenge their deaths.
Avenge.
a revenger.
Revengeance.
But it's like the Revengeance. I love that game. Good game. No. When I made this character, I was a little younger, and I really loved. I gave him a tragic backstory. That's a topic for today. We'll get to that, but pretty much, I love his backstory. I love his character. I love his development. He went from a very angry, sad boy
Angsty.
to angsty, mature but still a little and to now this latest campaign we did 3 was going insane but now is cured hero of all. So it's good character development. So that's my favorite backstory. Yeah, it's good character development for him.
Still ongoing.
It is still ongoing, so who knows what will happen, but that's my favorite backstory. I guess I will throw this over to Winter.
Okay.
I threw it at you, so there you go.
Yeah, we're doing it backwards from the way we went before.
Yes, pretty much.
I think my favorite backstory. All right, I'm gonna pick the tiefling. I really liked my pirate that I made.
Yes.
She's probably my second favorite. But my first favorite is my bard tiefling. She's of the Levistus bloodline, the icy realm. Her father was the demon side, and her mother was a cleric. I have that whole like trope of, opposite sides getting together. I made her neutral alignment because that seems fitting for a bard, and it's my favorite alignment. She came from a guild family of gem cutters, and I did like the common trope of the tieflings where she's kind of like the black sheep of the family. She wasn't like completely hated, but they were like, "Oh, you're the tiefling. You're the weird one. Let's stay away from you at family reunions."
Yeah.
You know what you did with that pie.
And because she I had her decide kind of on purpose to be disowned by the family because I had her run away to be an entertainer. So she was like, "Oh, you haven't disowned me yet. All right, I'm out." Then she got into bard school and went from there.
There you go.
Yeah, she went from being kind of inexperienced and shy to like super sassy and fighty.
I like that.
She grew a spine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
She's like, "There's so much shit going on. I'm just gonna destroy everything."
Kill them all. She went through war.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's it.
Hey, guess I can go because I have like 3.
Yeah.
Because I like these characters so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'm gonna I want to do the my Final Fantasy character, which is still ongoing of how his backstory. So I'll not go to that, but and then this one doing is actually my first vampire character.
Oh yeah.
Blake. He was the famous E-listed movie director who from Chicago. Chicago was the setting of the story, and one night he was attacked and was basically turned and part of the clan of Malkavia. And his the first season, this is how the structure was. It was like 3 seasons. The first season, first part was like him, kind of trying to accept the part that he just became a vampire and all that, and kind of hoping out because he also comes from kind of an abusive. Thank you, Nacho. Eat shake. Anyway, comes from an abusive household, as well as mom was also a police officer too, so he kind of has that it kind of adds to the narrative of him having some detective skills and all that. And
Ooh, a detective.
Yeah. So basically, throughout the first part like was him coming in terms that he vampire and like basically put to work. Like says like you're part of us now. Here, go to work now. And then
a typical Camarilla, Otis Madej, kind of stuff.
Like you work for us now. Goodbye. Anyway. Then second part is when his actually like his character really evolved and all that. To the point where Tues is facing the Chinese vampires.
Mm-hmm. I forget what they're called, but yeah.
Yeah. Like basically like he used to be like he was kind of cowardice, but now like he's kind of like he's brave. All of a sudden his powers kind of got really like intense because he keeps having dream visions. So like, he kind of used that to his advantage of the upcoming battles that's coming up. I was like, wait, this is gonna happen. Maybe I should be prepared to grab this kind of item and stuff like that. Kind of helps with his detective skills too. Like he actually can like see the like points in time what happened.
Totally didn't rip it off from Dead Zone, I swear.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Shut up. We'll talk about backstory inspirations later.
Yes.
Anyway,
that's important.
Anyway, then after that, like basically he defeated like a hulking vampire who was like literally the size of a small apartment. Oops, sorry, the size of like a house. I'm trying to figure how that went on. How that goes. Then season 3 is when like he kind of realized his destiny and his place throughout the entire storyline. Like the thing about him, Malkavians are they go to a great deal of insanity, and his was getting worse, like to the point where he had to take medication for it. Like he was trying to like fight it off and all that, and where he like basically an event happened like where he just broke and basically became so fucked up that he basically was put down but brought back. Eventually he kind of realized that his personality and his insanity was actually downloaded. Malkavians, they have a madness web where they can actually download each other like in the madness wavelength and all that. So he somehow unknowingly someone downloaded themselves into him to himself, and that was basically my character from Dark Ages. And we lost Zach.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Who's Zach?
He will be back momentarily, probably.
Well, the commercial break now. It's only been 45 minutes.
Hey, that's a good commercial to content ratio.
We can hear you now, buddy.
Okay, just keep going. Sorry about that.
Anyway, as I was saying, he basically my character from Dark Ages downloaded himself into my Vampires the Masquerade character, which was the game that we played later on. And basically that's the character really became with. Since
cool.
then, yeah. So it all panned out and all that. That's basically my character and all that. So I had to when it comes to role playing and stuff like that, I actually had to act like a crazy person, and I had to talk like a crazy person at points when he actually has his fits and all that, and as well as such. Anyway, that's my take on it.
All right.
And it's return.
Okay, so for me, my brain went way back when Mr. Kabumi did his cyber campaign, Cyberpunk campaign, and I just enjoyed that character that I created, because I created that character before Cyberpunk, but we created that character when we were both role playing, when we were still like dating, or when we were dating. We would role play a lot, like. And basically, this character was basically a police officer who got into a motorcycle accident, and she's got all these like cybernetics, like her arms, her legs, a few other things. And it's great when you already have something like planned out to the point where you can use that role-playing character into your D&D like so warm and trying to think. Get some water for Nacho.
Puppy.
Yeah, puppy thirsty. Move over. Okay, so basically, officer, a motorcycle accident, got these cybernetics, and then starts falling in love with the enemy that it was, but I loved it so much. But then it turns out that she wasn't really that evil. But I don't know what I was going for. I don't know. That was one of my favorites, was the cybernetic. And like
and there's nothing wrong if you can't add too much to it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just say I really enjoyed that character, and
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, like she didn't have too much of a backstory. She was just like I said before, Dee and I, when we were dating, did a lot of role playing back in high school, and that character just was able to fit perfectly into the cyber game that we did. So it's just
and you like we said before, you don't need to have like tons and tons of information. That's a pretty solid background of her being an officer and then getting into a motorcycle accident. Those are like defining things about a person. So
yeah, and then I'm not sure, but yeah, just like I said, and like figuring out the story and really figure out your backstory. Act. Do you still really want it to be lawful good? Because you might write down like, oh, this character is lawful good, and then as the story goes along, all of a sudden it's like chaotic neutral. Like, how'd you become from there to there? No, it's always fun. Be open-minded.
yeah.
I'll get off the chair.
Yeah, so well, there you go. Those were some really decent backstories and such, and those are pretty good examples of them. Another thing that I think would be really good to talk about, and this is a meme. Or did anyone else want to talk about anything before we get to the tragic backstory meme? Or
oh, by the way, Winter, that character I mentioned, my vampire character, was the character that you guys met in Zach's werewolf campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like connecting stuff. Continuity is a big thing for me.
That's awesome. I love when people do that. They throw in little things like that.
Mm-hmm. I definitely love doing it myself.
The cinematic universe.
It really is a cinematic universe. I have a multiverse, so. But anyway, besides that, anything you want to talk about before we get to the tragic backstory meme or
alignment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to end.
Say about alignment.
Yes. Go. Yeah. Winter.
End it. Yes.
What?
Oh, sorry. I meant like.
Oh, sorry.
To end the stream, we'll end it with Orbo's backstory.
Oh, tragic backstories.
All right.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. So, Winter, you wanted to talk about alignments.
Oh, okay. It's just to add it into, because it goes along with backstory, and it's a really fun aspect that is added to that. I think it helps players like express their character more thoroughly and create conflicts and help drive them. Like, what's their driving force? If they're going towards some evil plan, or their bastion of good or something. And sometimes groups or players can get caught up in playing the character like the right way or the most optimized mechanically, which is totally fine. You know, it's all preference. But that can affect the alignment and the roleplay aspects too. My favorite alignment, like I said before, is neutral. Which sometimes I think can get overlooked as being like the easier one or not as interesting. It offers more freedom to mess around and make decisions, which is where I think the easy part might come from, or the perceived easy. But I think it's actually a little more challenging to play neutral, because you have to keep your character riding that middle ground and be really careful that they don't swing too much in either direction if you want them to like stay this neutral person, if that's like a core part of your character. Which means you might need to get a little more creative in the decision-making areas. Things aren't necessarily as straightforward with that alignment, whereas ones like lawful good or chaotic evil, they're a little more direct. You know, like lawful good, you have to go save this person and don't break the rules. Whereas if you're neutral, you're like, all right, well, I could break a few rules while I'm going to save this person.
And then when your chaotic evil is, I'm the reason why we need to save this person.
Exactly, yeah. They represent different types and different directions, and it's really cool. I think that groups, sometimes people like, they get a little too constricting on themselves, and they'll all play like the same alignment because they don't want to like, cause any drama or issues.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it's fun if you can like throw in a little bit of neutral or a little bit of evil in there, you know, like don't be a jerk about it. Like if you're an evil character and you're in a group of good, don't like go way evil and like mess up the game. Like be conscientious of your group.
Yes.
But you could still have fun and explore, and be an evil character in a good group, or vice versa.
If I interject, like I'm gonna like a good example. There was a classic film for like a lot of veteran D&D players that you guys should check out. It is by these wonderful people of Zombie Orphis Entertainment. It's called The Gamers, Darkness Rising. There is a specific character who says, my character's chaotic neutral, and she just it's a dude playing a chick that sometimes like forgets that he's playing a chick, so he actually, the character, like it's just a dude in like drag, but then he just realizes, goes, oh shit, I'm a chick. He just turns into an actual lady.
Oh shit, I just forgot.
And then he goes, my character's chaotic neutral. No, it's not. It's not neutral. You killed an innocent farmer.
Yeah, no, that's not neutral.
Just don't. Yeah. Like she said, don't be a fucking jerk about like. I mean, if your character is a jerk and all that, like I guess, like don't, I guess, play it off and all that, like a jerk or all that, but don't like. I guess don't be an asshole to the players themselves too.
Go ahead. Sorry. Well, there's an unwritten rule about any group, and it's true. You can do whatever you want against the NPCs. You do whatever you want with characters who are not player characters, but when it comes down to like player characters, you do not mess with each other That is a big no-no in my opinion. Like stealing stuff from each other or trying to kill another player. That is like legitimately trying to kill another player.
Unless you like talk with the person out of game and
yes,
like a thing you want to do or something. As long as everybody's cool with it, then yeah. But yeah, don't go off and
don't be a murder hobo. Don't be a murder hobo.
Just don't randomly like, I don't like this person.
I mean, I've done that with NPCs before. I mean, when I played that Imperial Knight in that Star Wars game, I literally sometimes I got super annoyed with like somebody, and I just like fuck. I just said fuck it, and I just force choked the person so hard I twisted their neck around.
You're supposed to be a good guy.
I'm not good. I'm for the Empire. I was the Darth Vader of the group, so which was fun. I like playing that character. Yes. Anyway, another thing I will say when it comes to alignment is depending on what kind of campaign you're playing. I think the best kind of campaign is where there's kind of a mix and such. You know, there's the lawful good guy. There's, you know, the person who's chaotic good. There might be like a neutral. Might even be a chaotic neutral. By the way, being chaotic neutral doesn't mean being chaotic.
It does not give you
does
not give you a free pass.
Does not give you a motherfucking pass because guess what, bitch? Most town guards, they will imprison you or worse.
Playing neutral is more difficult than people think.
It is. It's not easy. I don't usually play it myself. I usually play Goody Two Shoes, or I play the chaotic good with a lot of rage. Lots of rage.
You're more the rageful guy.
Rageful good guy. I play the Hulk very well. Probably should play that someday. Anyway, but no, like, but then there are times where there's certain campaigns where the backstory of the character, it is okay to play a full evil character. Like, I would like to play an evil campaign. I think that'd be fun.
I mean, for
like either. Oh, well, you have like a Suicide Squad kind of.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Yes. Basically, I have What are you doing?
Oh, go on.
Oh, no. I was taking a picture of Dathan.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, it's basically like I was like I have a superhero campaign, and then I thought to myself, what if I had a super villain campaign, kind of like inverse it? And so basically, like because we don't get to play like bad guys and all that, and you know, every time we try to play the bad guys, it's like we don't get to play the bad guys.
Right.
Basically, it's like you can't be the bad guy. It's like, oh.
Well, it's mostly those kind of campaigns. It's mostly where you can't play a villain. It's mainly because, well, you're the main hero, so it kind of defeats the purpose. But I used to be that way. I've actually stopped. Like, if you want to play this is for D&D. If you want to play an evil line character, give me a reason. A good reason why you're evil.
A good reason, not just because.
I'm an asshole. That's not an answer.
Fuck around and find out that's not a reason.
That is also not an answer. But
you will not accept that.
I would like to play a Suicide Squad kind of game where we're all evil characters, but we're also a bunch of fuck ups. I think that'd be hilarious.
Like I want you guys to be at your fucking worst on this. I want to see it. I mean, I know that we got a couple. Got a player who is like says I can't play evil characters. I'm not good at it, so I'm just gonna be totally neutral about this. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's close enough.
I mean, my character's hilarious. Dathan thought it was Sheba thought it was. He died laughing when I told him it. I'm playing Venom pretty much, but where the parasite symbiote that I have, it has a romantic and let's say sexual attitude towards me. It finds me hot. So this thing had its way with me. It was consensual but then it turned into a parasite, so it's not anymore. It's like this monster that's inside me that wants me and such.
Oh, that's an interesting. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
could come up. There's all sorts of like deeper meaning parallels with that.
Yeah. But it's mostly for comedy, so
Well, I was gonna point
So-
I was gonna point out like the second Nightmare on Elm Street kind of.
oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, the parasite's a girl, so
Oh, I know.
my character's a male, so
I know. I'm just pointing it out. Just kind of.
Oh, I know.
That's what it sounds
I
like
just
to
think
me.
it's yeah, a little bit, yeah. But it was like that character, when the thing takes over, my character is very much an Eddie Brock, where he doesn't want to have anything to do with any of this weird shit. He went to prison because he killed like 50 people because he ate them.
Oh.
Not his fault though.
It was
the parasite.
He was an accomplice.
He was an accomplice because the thing is literally attached to his balls, pretty much.
Not.
Yeah.
Not literally, maybe, who knows? But
Whoa there.
and
Buddy.
so but there's just the yeah, no, it's a joke. But yeah, that I like characters that are evil and such. They can be really interesting, especially if you do it right. So alignment is something important and stuff.
And I'm gonna throw in that point about having like different players with different alignments and like because character dynamics and all that, like how they all interact with each other and all that. Like it could be like the buddy cop duo, or it could be like the polar opposite duo, or the I hate you, but you're my friend.
That happens a lot. Or our friend Ewok, he hates it when we call him the pet bad guy
Because he plays the bad guy.
and then everyone has to be friends with him, so he's literally the pet bad guy. Sorry, we don't make the rules.
You join the group, you gotta wear the silly hat.
You gotta wear the silly hat.
Silly bad guy hat.
He gets the little cowboy hat. That's way too small. That's the hat he gets.
Cowboy needs a hat, needs a hat, needs a hat. Every cowboy needs a boots.
It's a boots. So, all right. Anything else about alignment at all, or
Go crazy. Like go nuts with that kind of stuff and all that, but just be respectful for other characters, not the characters, the players.
Yeah.
Can we have an understanding what that means? Alignment. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So alignment this is for those who don't know. Alignment is in Dungeons and Dragons. There's a chart that goes from evil, good, neutral, and then lawful to chaotic. And
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm always
I should have
thinking.
prefaced that.
I'm always thinking of something else when I hear alignment.
Like I got a chart. I'm getting a shirt that has the chart on it. That points out what it is, but it also kind of there's also a yellow chart to actually help you determine how your character is. All that.
mm-hmm.
Because like you could be like, what? Like, does your character care about others? No. Okay. Does yes. Okay. Do you care about the rules? Yes. Lawful good.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
And basically, I want to go with what my character is doing in our Saturday group that we just started. Sorry, I had to burp. I didn't want to be loud.
It's fine.
Anyway, so for me, I never get to pick this. It's lawful good, and it's tough to, and like what Winter says about neutral, like it actually can be tough being neutral, because if that's what you're aiming for, then like doing certain things may not good, maybe it might have been a little evil. So you always have to
Battle the line.
stand your ground, or yeah, like that. What you just so
Yeah.
with lawful good, you know, you can't go off on a killing spree, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel called out right now.
yeah, Zach,
Just-
being a monk. You can't, Zach. You can't just play a monk and then start having a killing spree.
Why not? Kung Fu fight.
I come to fight. No. See, she's a
Fawn.
fawn.
She's a fawn.
I'm a fawn, and so a bard fawn, and so I only do like sleepy spells, and that only puts people to sleep. So that way, I can avoid conflict.
Right.
And she's kind of well. I'm not. I know that Mr. Kaboom just sent me like gods that bards believe in.
There's one god that bards believe in. He's called Agma, the god of bards.
And so she's religious of that god, and so.
Oh, is that a neutral god?
I'm not sure. I haven't quite looked into it, but she's treating it like this god's good, only good.
Oh.
See.
Newer paper. Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Podcast.
Die. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
To the D&D figure out your backstories.
Hey, so anyway, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I said, I'll get that alignment shirt so people can pick it out to be like,
Yeah, pretty much.
where was I? What was I? Oh, tragic backstories. We're
Tragic
We're trying to get
backstory.
to there.
The meme. It has begun.
Let me guess. Tragic backstory. My parents are dead. Yeah.
Rival.
That's Zach.
Oh, that's Zach.
That's me.
24. What's up? Oh,
Yep.
that was you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
just
who's
me.
that?
Just talking to the chat.
I'm talking to the chat.
Okay.
Anyway, what was it? Tragic backstories. It's like sometimes sometimes it's they people like some of the veterans will be like, it's actually not that hard to not make a tragic backstory. It's like it kind of. My tragic backstory is me accidentally dropping my pasta at midnight. Oh my god!
That's funny.
And now I wage my war.
I will never forget that night.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Pizzeria. No, but I think
love it.
well, yeah. Like you were saying, Dathan, with tragic backstories.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes sometimes it's it seems like easy to make a tragic backstory, so it gives you character motivation, but sometimes it gets you get picked on for like, oh, you have a tragic backstory, you know, like I got that treatment.
Oh, the snooty.
Oh, the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
Claire.
Gatekeeper DM here. I will fucking I will slap the shit out of gatekeeper, like, and players and all that. Like, fuck, let people.
This is a non-gatekeeping zone.
Like, let people be people or monstrosities or whatever.
Let them be happy. Anyway, but shit.
The Gate Guardian. I'm gonna pull up Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Gate Guardian.
The Guardian. That's awesome.
I love it.
No, the Gate Guardian is an old. The Gate Guardian is an old man. The old man DM.
Old man.
Old man.
And no, not you, Zach. I mean really fucking old.
Oh, Grognak, as I used to call them. They're like the DMs that played like from the very beginning.
By the way, you're not that old, man.
No, I'm not yet. No, I'm only turned 30 this year, so I got plenty of time to be Wizard Beard. Anyway.
Oh, I might be the old one here then.
Ooh.
Ah.
There you go.
I'm 33.
Gay Guardian has a gun. 30. You're not. You don't.
I know,
Winter,
don't look-
you don't look 33. You look
No.
you look way younger, so you're good.
You're right.
Yeah, you're yeah.
Anyway, so what were we talking about? Tragic backstories or Gay Guardian? I don't remember.
No, tragic backstories back on track.
Gotcha. Okay.
We've been talking about this all the time, and we keep getting off topic. Just
sorry. Okay,
I won't get the hammer.
Don't get the hammer, please. No squeaks. But the thing is with tragic backstories is you don't need to have one to make an interesting character. You can. I just read what that comment was. That's pretty good.
Anyway, continuing on. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep moving.
That's fine. So I know. Settle. Anyway.
Settle.
You first. No, so with the tragic backstory meme, it's not necessary to have a good character or an interesting character for that matter. Your character can literally, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, literally be like, my parents are still alive. I was from a farm. I left that farm to go adventuring because I was bored. That's literally something you can do. Or you can have a backstory where it's semi-tragic. Like say like, oh, I was raised on a farm, my family were kidnapped by bandits or something like that. This is more for D&D. Other games, your mileage may vary. Playing a cyberpunk game, my parents were kidnapped by bandits. So yeah, but now what identifies as tragic? That's actually a good question. Tragedy is kind of a broad term and such. Tragic is kind of like you lost something or someone. Like you lost family, you lost a friend, you lost a lover, or you can have it where you lost status, like you were once a noble. Yes. Or just be British. That is just depressing. No, it's more you lost status. Like you were rich, then you became poor. Or tragic as in you fell in love with someone and turns out they were using you. And that's tragic. Tragedy is multi-spectrum and such. It doesn't have to be absolutely soul-crushing.
Yeah, it's just rough things that your character
Yeah.
may have gone through to
Yes.
put them where they're at when you make them.
Like one of them, like for example, like I lost my mom because I picked the wrong flavor of ice cream.
That happens.
Yeah. So
It's losing something important to you, and that's okay. And also, I also like that this person's current character got a bounty on her for regicide. You know what? Good for you. Anarchy all the way. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, it's kind of funny that you're anarchy all the way, but yet you kind of like, you know, you're all like the rules.
I play the lawful good character usually. I like playing the goody two shoe. Well, not goody two shoe. More like I play
the Boy Scout.
Not even a Boy Scout. More like my characters I usually play. I like playing like, I guess a hard lawful lawful good. Someone who he wants to do right, but he does it by the rules. So it's kind of like he's kind of like good examples like Batman or my Star Wars character.
Batman is kind of chaotic good.
In certain iterations, yes. Oh, I'm just reading newer papers.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Story
reading it
here.
too.
I see. Who is this
Neutral
person?
good. Oh,
Who
neutral
is?
good.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that. But the thing is, tragedy doesn't have to also define your character either. And it's the same with actual people in real life. You know, something bad happens to you, it doesn't have to color who you are at all. You know, you can have a character where something horrific happened to them, but then they're like, I'm not gonna let it drag me down. I'm gonna be a better person.
Yeah,
So,
it
like,
shapes them but doesn't define them.
doesn't define them, but it can also define them if you want that.
Yeah.
Hell, it could be.
Oh no, you're not boring. You're not boring us, by the way.
No, you're not boring.
We're,
us
we're
at all.
Yeah, demons, they're not boring.
Demons are fantastic.
Hold on a second, guys. Hey, honey.
As I was about to say,
We're getting close to Okay. Hey, can I have a hug and a kiss?
Aw, adorableness.
Anyways, as you were saying, Dathan.
As I was saying, I was basically hell, it could be the entire campaign, could be the traumatic experience that made the tragic backstory. It could be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Bard Tiefling. She's going through the tragic right now.
Mm-hmm.
The tragedy has only just begun. Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty much it for backstories. What do you? We'll come up with the next idea next time for the podcast. We'll talk among ourselves.
We actually had another idea for it. We're gonna do DMs.
And that could
That's
be
fine.
next
I
week.
like that one.
Next week is DMs and how to become one and what not do's and don'ts of being a DM. Sorry, DM is a dungeon master or GM or game master in other iterations or storyteller in the World of Darkness. Yes, Zach, I'm about to mention that. I'm not leaving any people behind. I think we lost him.
Oh, do we lose him again? This will be the third time. Tragic backstory of a midlife crisis.
I got old, and now I want to kill everybody. For the record, I never played D&D, but DMs really should be as neutral as possible. Yes.
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 Yes. We agree.
When you are the DM, you are the true neutral. No fucks given.
Yes, you are.
No fucks given. No fucks taken.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Yes.
the god of neutral.
God of
The
gods.
gods.
Anyway.
Yes, picking favorites is a pathway to downfall. Yes.
Yep. And favorites that can really ruin the game.
Don't.
But
No.
you got a favorite NPC.
We all do,
Listen,
but
we all do.
make sure that we all do, but we make sure that the players are the actual stars of the game. Anyway,
Yeah.
so all right, next week we'll do DMing stuff, tips, tricks, all that stuff. Hope everyone enjoyed the podcast for today. We'll see you all next week, guys. Thanks for coming up again.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll see you guys next week.
Well, I have to be because I'm running the show, and you're just basically.
Yes, you're running the show. I'm just the host. All right. Well, see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.